My name is Chris Everard, and I make documentaries and I write books, and I'd like to thank everyone who actually takes time to watch my films and listen to my radio shows. In actual fact, more than 1 million people every month actually read my articles on my blog. It's absolutely phenomenal. We are all globally connected using social media. And one of the things that's come out of this EU referendum process is that we have learned the secret history of the super wealthy elite families. It's a history which has been airbrushed. It's a history which has been censored. Yes, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, all of his sisters married senior Nazis. They were not ordinary Nazis, they were SS officers. They were managing the Third Reich killing machine. These people had a racist ideal, a master race ideal, much the same as we see with Israel, who believe that in their doctrine, in their dogma, in their Judaism, they are the chosen ones. This type of extremism has caused millions of people, mostly working class people, to be murdered. We have to be on our guard about this. We have to be a global population who are switched on and communicating with each other all the time. And so I'm urging everyone, join up with grassroots activists, get involved in the environment, get involved in anti-fracking, get involved in standing for some kind of political power in your local community. You can change things for the better from the inside.
Well, the enemy was my husband's department. I was a problem. What do we do with her?
This little boy is called Philip. His full name is Philip Schleswig-Holstein Sonderburg Glucksburg, and he grew up in Germany. He was raised amongst his Nazi in-laws, some of whom later became high-ranking members of the SS. His Nazi relatives then sent him to this school in southern Germany, where he studied for a while under the Nazi curriculum. Philip later recalled that there was much heel-clicking and shouts of Heil Hitler were compulsory. And here's Philip in Darmstadt, in the heart of Germany, in November 1937, attending a family funeral for some of his Nazi in-laws. Marching in front of a Sieg-heiling crowd, this is Philip, next to Christoph, his SS brother-in-law, and Philip, his Nazi stormtrooper brother-in-law. Imagine if a man with a past like this had somehow ended up marrying into British aristocracy. Well, he did. And as we know, he got first prize. He became the Duke of Edinburgh, also known as Prince Philip, after marrying Princess Elizabeth, the future Queen of England. Philip buried his Nazi past and became a respectable member of British royalty. And his story has continued happily ever after. Apart from a few family troubles that were quickly resolved. In the years before Princess Diana was killed, she told many people that the British establishment was planning to eliminate her.
Oh, of course Diana was bumped off. She knew she was going to be bumped off. But she always said she's not going to make old bones.
Diana had left a note saying that she thought that somebody was going to kill her and that it would be in a car accident.
When a woman left a note saying, FYI, if I'm dead, here's how it's going to happen, and then it happens exactly like that, I think someone should pay attention.
What if this woman's name had been Diana Smith, and she'd written in a note which had been subsequently unveiled, "My husband Charles Smith wants me to die in a car accident," and subsequently she did. In any other family or in any other country, surely Charles Smith would have been called to the witness stand at the inquest into his wife's death.
Number 1. The British Empire, 1783 to 1997. The British Empire caused as many as 150 million deaths across Asia, Africa and Europe. British imperialists hoarded rice and grain from India. They also dramatically increased harvest taxations, which caused widespread famines that killed a cumulative 29 million people. Without any support from the empire, Indian civilians were forced to eat grass and human flesh to survive. Britain also resorted to the use of concentration camps to defeat South Africa's Boer population at the turn of the 20th century. 10% of the entire Boer population died in these camps, including 22,000 children, who were starved and beaten to death. One of their most ruthless conquests, however, came in the 1800s, when British colonists annihilated Tasmania's indigenous population. They forced Aborigine wives to carry the heads of their dead husbands around their necks. The French Empire, 1534 to 1980. The French Empire caused the deaths of up to 10 million people throughout Africa, Europe, the Americas and Asia. One of the worst incidents occurred under the rule of Napoleon on the French colony of Haiti. Starving slaves were forced to collect sugar from the island, while wearing tin muzzles to stop them from eating the sugarcane for themselves. Those who disobeyed the French colonists were slowly roasted over fires as punishment, or filled with gunpowder and then blown to pieces. Another 100,000 slaves were massacred in the holds of ships with sulfur dioxide that was extracted from Haiti's volcanoes. Others were ripped apart by dogs in amphitheaters to terrify the slaves in revolt.
This is the top rebel connection. France extorting countries for billions of dollars over benefits of slavery and colonization. I said France is extorting countries for billions of dollars over benefits of slavery and colonization. Colonialism, as you may know, is an enduring stain in most of the world, and especially in Africa, which has 54 countries as of 2017, and the economic oppression continues to exist. There's an article that I came across that I want to share with you. It's from a good writer from a publication, and his name is Mawuna Kotoni. He's a peace activist and an editor of SiliconAfrica.com. This article called attention to an ongoing practice by which former African countries, all 54 now, are forced in some way to pay a colonial tax. And this particular article that I'm talking about is specifically referring to France. Oh, mighty France. Isn't that something? They're so powerful, even today, that France has to, well, extort money from smaller, more defenseless, easily controllable countries, which is pretty disgusting to me when you consider their public stature. In fact, France continues to thrive on the practice of extortion.